Whenever I try to speak in English, I tend to translate words from my native language and it takes a lot of time just to speak a normal sentence. Does this sound familiar to you? In order to speak English fluently and naturally, we'll have to stop this habit of translating words from our native language and start thinking in English. Now you must be thinking that everyone says it is very important to think in English, but how do we do that? That's what we are going to talk about today in this video. Hi everyone, my name is Upasana. And in this video, we are going to talk about how to think in English and how to stop translating from our native language to English. So let's get started without a further ado. Okay, let's first understand why do we need to stop translating. The problem with translating in your head is that it really slows you down. When you are in the middle of conversation, you have to stop, think in your native language and then translate it in English and then speak. It's a long process and it takes a lot of time just to speak a normal sentence, a very basic one. Let me give you another reason why you should not translate from your native language. When you translate each and every word from your native language to English, you end up using vocabulary words and sentence structures that are often incorrect and unnatural. For an example, break a leg. In English, it means I wish you all the best or all the best. But in Hindi, it doesn't make any sense. In any other language, its meaning is completely different. That's why we say that you should not translate from your native language. Okay, now let's come to the main point, how to stop translating and start thinking in English. So my first tip here for you is start thinking in words. Do you remember how did you learn your native language? You learned it by speaking words. You didn't really start it by saying that I'm hungry, I want to eat food. You started just by saying words like hungry, food, play. Seriously, you started just by saying words. Similarly, you need to do with English. Start thinking in words. If you speak with someone in words, it may sound weird, but when you are thinking in your head in words, it will really help you a lot. Just by saying मैं छत पर walk कर रही हूँ, you used one word here, walk. मैं खाना खा रही हूँ, I am having food. Rather than saying खाना, you said I am having food. So there are several words that you can start thinking in English. And once you are comfortable doing this thing, you will see drastic change in your English. So once you are comfortable thinking in words, my second tip here for you is think in sentences. In the beginning, you may find yourself making so many grammatical errors or using incorrect sentence structures, but that's completely fine. You will eventually improve it. So start thinking in sentences. If you're a beginner, you can start by thinking easy sentences like come here, turn on the fan, please give me food, let's eat food, let's go to the party, let's go for shopping. So you can use some easy sentences here, and once you are comfortable making easy sentences, try a bit difficult sentences like whom are they talking to, where are they going, or some big sentences you need to frame. But remember, the process of learning English becomes very easy when you surround yourself with English environment. Please make sure that either you listen, watch or read something in English. Now let me tell you what happens when you watch TV series and movies in English. You get to see a lot of new sentences that you can actually use in your daily life. And the most important part is you learn how to speak the sentence, because many a times we sound like a robot. But when we listen to someone who is speaking the sentence, we also learn the way of speaking. The intonation part is very important when you speak any sentence. That's why surrounding yourself with English environment is really very important. Now my third tip and most important one is try to speak in English. In order to stop translating and think in English, it is very important to speak in English. Now a lot of you must be thinking that I don't have any speaking partner, how should I speak in English? So it's always better to start with yourself. Stand in front of the mirror, talk to yourself, or you can shoot your videos in your mobile phone. And the best thing, you can do it whenever you go to your bed in the night. You can recall everything you did since morning till night. Whom did you meet? What did you say? What are the things you did? You can even plan your next day. What are the things you are going to do tomorrow? You can think about any memorable day of your life. There are two advantages of recalling your memorable day. You will feel good and you will improve your English. So do this thing and let me know if it works. Your small actions may lead to big changes. We often use a dictionary that tells us the meaning of any vocabulary words in our native language. Try to use a dictionary that explains you meaning in English. That's gonna help you a lot. Every time you search for the meaning of any vocab, don't only see the meaning, see the use of it and try to make sentences with the help of that vocabulary words. So those are some tips that will help you stop translating in your head. It will take time, but as long as you keep practicing, it will happen naturally. And one day you will realize that I'm not translating anymore. I wish you all the best. Happy learning.